I ordered a $20 Cha-Cha glide bait to see how it worked. You won't believe this. Welcome to the Bass Hole Podcast, the show where we talk bass fishing without the filters, the fluff, or the tournament politics. And I'm Bob with Bob's Bassin' and Stuff. Today, I've got a story. Now, if you've watched the channel or the podcast, you know that I'm going to tell it like it is, especially if I'm going to do a product review. So this story starts with my intention to do a product review of the Cha-Cha glide bait from Thunderhawk. But the end result is not a product review. We're not going to talk about a bait. We're going to talk about customer service. We're going to talk about communication. And we're going to talk about when those things go wrong, it can leave a lasting impression on a customer. Now, I'm not here to bash a company. That's not my goal. The Cha-Cha glide bait may be a fantastic lure. I'm here to talk about what turned into the absolute worst lure buying experience I've ever had. For years, I wasn't interested in glide baits. Let's be honest. Some of those things cost $70, $100, $200. I've got just enough talent to throw one of those things in a tree, wrap it around a dock cable, or send it to the bottom of the lake in about 5 casts. So I stayed away from them. Then I started watching one of my favorite creators, the Latin Bassassin. He's out there on Lake Guntersville smashing giant largemouth with glide baits. I'm talking multiple 7-pound bass, one of which I saw him catch live and actually won a drawing for $100. After watching enough of those videos, I finally thought, I think I'm going to have to give this glide bait thing a try. I wasn't going to start out with an expensive glide bait. I wouldn't have thrown it close to any cover because I'd have been worried about losing it. I wanted something affordable. Something that if I lost, my wife wouldn't kill me. While searching around YouTube, I came across another creator demonstrating the Cha-Cha glide by Thunderhawk. It looked good, the action looked good, and the price was right. Then I saw they made it in a blueback herring color. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, I tried to order from Tackle Warehouse, and they had several Cha-Cha baits, but none in that color. So I checked Thunderhawk's website, and sure enough, you could order direct from the company. Surely, buying direct from the manufacturer would be an easy option. Famous last words. I placed my order on April 5th. Everything looked normal. I received a confirmation. Estimated due date, April 15th to April 20th. Great. No problem. I'm patient. I didn't realize that patience was going to be tested. April comes and goes. Nothing. May rolls around. Still nothing. So I politely contacted customer service to get a ship date. And here's where things get interesting. They tell me the lure is in stock. Okay, great. But then they tell me they're behind pulling orders. Fair enough, things happen. But then, for the first time, on my first contact, they ask me if I want to cancel my order. Now, I thought that was kind of odd. If it's sitting on the shelf, why would I cancel my order? I told them, no, I'll wait. Thinking surely if it's in stock, it'll ship soon. Right? May 20th gets here. I contact them again. Same answer. It hasn't been pulled yet. At this point, I'm starting to wonder, is this thing really out of stock? I understand blueback herring may be a popular color. Maybe they're out of stock, just don't want to admit it. I'll let them know I can take a different color. They assured me blueback herring is in stock. It just hasn't been pulled yet. And then, once again, they asked me if I wanted to cancel my order. Now I'm scratching my head. Why does this company want to cancel my order rather than picking that one lure off the shelf and shipping it to me? Normally, at this point, that's exactly what I would have done. Except there was a problem. The credit card that I used to place the order during this time had been compromised. I'd canceled it and ordered a new card. So I explained that. If they refunded the money to that card, I couldn't just turn around and use it to buy another lure. So I waited. Again. Over the next several weeks, more emails, more updates, or should I say, the exact same update, and every time an email asking me if I wanted to cancel my order. Apparently, pulling one lure off a shelf and shipping it was harder than landing a 10-pound largemouth. Now, maybe that's unfair. Maybe they were dealing with staffing issues. Maybe they were overwhelmed. I honestly don't know. But as a customer, communication only goes so far. Eventually, you have to ship my product. At the end of June, after ordering in April, after nearly 3 months, after repeatedly telling them I didn't want to cancel the order, they canceled the order anyway. Now, they did refund the money to the credit card, to the canceled credit card. Exactly what I had explained several times wouldn't help me. Now, I understand banks can eventually work that kind of thing out, but for what I had invested in it, it ain't worth my effort to get it done. It's not about the money. The point is, I waited over 3 months for a bait that they said was in stock, and it never shipped. Now, let me be crystal clear. This is not a review of the Cha-Cha Glide Bait. I never received one. It may be outstanding. It may catch giant bass. It might be one of the best budget glide baits ever put on the market. I honestly can't say. This is simply my experience trying to buy direct from Thunderhawk. And based on my experience, I definitely would not recommend ordering direct from the manufacturer. If you want to try one, order it from Tackle Warehouse. Order it from another distributor. You know, those folks that know how to process orders, communicate with customers, and get products shipped. Now, here's the funny part. There was a silver lining. That terrible experience pushed me towards something even better. I ended up buying a 6 Sense Judo glide bait, and I absolutely loved it. Then I added the 6 Sense Draw Glide. Now I'm hooked. Pun completely intended. They're reasonably priced, they have great action, and they catch bass. And they've completely changed my opinion of glide bait fishing. I went from being afraid to throw glide baits to looking forward to tying one on. So in a weird way, Thunderhawk's customer service failure introduced me to a way of fishing that I've come to love. Funny how things work out sometimes. I really do hope Thunderhawk Lures gets things turned around. Affordable glide baits are good for the sport. They allow more anglers to experience this type of fishing without spending $100 on the lure. Competition is good, affordable options are good. Good customer service is even better. And getting harder to find.
Now here's the bass hole of the week.
Arg.
You guessed it, Thunderhawk Lures customer service. Have you ever had a fishing purchase go completely off the rails? Or better yet, have you ever had a company completely exceed your expectations? Tell me about your experience down in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you use the Cha-Cha Glide Bait, drop a comment, let me know how it's working for you. Would it have been worth the wait if they had ever shipped it? I'd like to know. If you've enjoyed today's episode, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fishing buddies. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you won't miss new episodes of the Bass Hole Podcast. Until next time, keep bassing and maybe order your tackle from someplace that'll actually ship it. Thanks for tuning in to the Bass Hole Podcast.